You know how fast you were going?
What?
How fast you were going?
65.
63.
Officer, isn't the speed limit 65?
Yeah, it is.
Do you remember that movie Trojan Wars with
Yeah, I do.
with what's his name? His name is
I forgot what his name is, but he was.
Is it Friedel? Is that what his name is? Nick Friedel? No, that's a guy on ESPN. Don't remember his name.
I know who you're talking about too, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
But he was trying to get a condom real hard, and you just could not.
Yeah, he was trying to, but he was trying. It was because it was Jennifer Love Hewitt. I would be doing the same thing.
Well, yeah, but I was just like, who had that much trouble in life?
Yeah, it's
like,
not really that hard to buy.
The girl part was
condoms.
locked down. The hard part was him getting a condom. It's usually the other way around, is it not?
well, I forget what was so crazy about why he couldn't get condoms.
I just remember he kept, like, it was bad luck. Like, they were giving them out in school. By the time it got to him, there was none left. He broke into the school to steal one. Wasn't that the idea?
Why didn't he just buy one? Also, at the end, did he ever? Did he?
I think he was just embarrassed to
at
buy
the
it.
end. Did he end up having sex with Jennifer Love Hewitt?
I think I remember him getting the condom. I don't remember if he.
She was bound to be hot with her name.
Yeah, I could agree. And even if it wasn't, she'd still be hot.
Jennifer Love Hewitt can either be one of two. It's gonna be two things, like what she is, or like a fat trailer park chick.
Yeah.
I'm
And you know
Jennifer
what? I'm so
Love
mad
Hewitt.
because over the last like 3 or 4 Halloween seasons, I have not been able to find the Halloween episode of Boy Meets World where she's in there. Feffy!
You could literally just stream it.
Where do they stream Boy Meets World?
I think I'm streaming it on Hulu right now.
They have all the seasons on Hulu?
Yeah.
Fucking up.
Yeah, you have been, but you've been doing that for about almost 30 years at this point.
Hey, listen, fuck you.
I've witnessed them all.
I didn't fuck up that much in life.
Just a little bit.
Exactly. A little bit is not a lot of bit.
But it's most of it.
That's not what you said. And it's still not true. It doesn't matter if you say it. Shut up.
You want to take that? Is that lotion in the scene in the
It
shot?
is, yeah.
Let's just throw that.
You need
that
some
way.
lotion on your elbows?
No.
No.
Oh, good. There
Okay,
you go.
it's gone.
I don't. If that in post, I don't think we're gonna delete that out most anyway.
Yeah.
So what do you got to talk about?
So, this is probably like one of the laziest opening questions because I'm pretty sure we if we have not discussed it ourselves, it's been discussed, right? But let's say you, for whatever reason, knew that you were going to be going to a secluded island and you were trapped there.
Yep.
One discography that you can bring with you, not Nas.
I mean, well, I don't know if I would bring Nas's discography, though, be honest with you. As much as I love
That's
Nas.
an interesting twist on it because I was definitely expecting you to say it would be Nas.
No, I don't think I would. I don't think I would bring Nas's discography. You always ask these questions that are kind of difficult for me to answer on the fly. Like
That's the idea. Duh, it starts conversation.
This is difficult. What if we were able to just pick a era lineup of like
No.
what if I could just say I want Def Jam from like 97?
No. Let's say you're talking about one artist that you cannot, like, it takes a lot for you to get tired of hearing them, right? Over most of the other artists that you know.
What if I threw
you
a
don't know.
curveball and I said like,
There's no curveballs. This is the question. Stick to the question. After you answer the question, then you can go to the curveball.
that's bullshit.
I mean,
So
this
what
says a lot,
if I
guess.
left eras? What if I didn't go to hip hop?
You can take any artist's discography. Pause.
You can take any artist's dick.
You
No,
can take, you can
damn
take-
it! This is not the way we were. This is not that conversation.
You can take any artist's discography
Okay, so
from
what?
any genre. It doesn't matter.
Can we? Let's talk about it. I'm trying to talk about it. You keep shutting down my trying to talks. So I'm trying to talk. All right. So what if we were like outside of hip hop?
Right.
Would you do like
So
who?
you're saying excluding
Who has a
hip-hop,
solid?
whatever.
Who has a solid discography? Like I mean, would you do some like? I mean, it's fucked. I'm not. I don't say I'm going to, but I'm just bringing these names up for the hell of it. Like,
Right.
like
Conversation.
what about like Rod Stewart or like Clapton or like you know,
No, because I need. If I was gonna go,
I'm only bringing them up because one, I don't think not all of their music is great, but like, so I couldn't deal with them on a regular. Like, all right, this is what we're
and
listening
to some
to
people
again.
it might be their choice, but I don't know enough about their discographies to choose them. You know, like that. I know like their big hits, what made them who they are. I don't know.
All right, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna just go to who my gut said it was gonna be when after you told me the question. More than likely, Jay, because he's probably more than likely the best or the most consistent discography, most enjoyable. There's not it's a lot of differences in the albums in their
Now, that's
in their
interesting.
context.
You know, because what makes you choose Jay over Nas? If we're working off the idea.
Okay.
Here
Oh,
that Nas
here
is your favorite
Nas
artist.
has a tendency to pick terrible beats.
He does.
You could also say somebody like I wouldn't pick him. No, I wouldn't do Ross. No, it's gonna be Hove, only because his discography is so consistently great. He has some of the best production, arguably, right?
Yeah.
The content's always there. It's not a one trick pony thing. It's every album is kind of different, even though it's still in the same vein of Hove. Yeah, I'm just gonna say Jay.
See, I have a hard time.
Because also he's got the most. You got to think. I think there's criteria. You want to make sure. Okay,
Are we including groups in this conversation?
no, because you won't let me pick eras. So kiss my ass.
Well, groups are different because they put out albums together as a collective.
Nah. Pick an artist.
Only the-
No, you said an artist. Pick an artist, motherfucker. Okay, listen. Firstly, I want to say that I think there's criteria you got to try to remember when you're gonna pick. So, if you're trying to have if you're on a desert island for the rest of your life that you've for some reason brought yourself to,
that you're there and you don't know when you're going to be able to leave.
no.
Like,
Oh well, then there's hope. I'll just might pick an experimental artist. I'll
there's
be
hope.
back.
That means you can be there. You can never get off. Like
Like
fucking
in
Tom
Gilligan's
Hanks.
Island. Do you know in Gilligan's Island they got off, and then the last episode they got they brought right back to the island.
Yeah, and
Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched Gilligan's Island,
I mean, you should watch it. It honestly, it's a good conversation too because there's probably a lot of people who like, you know,
are stuck on
the
desert
last-
islands.
No. I'm saying like
that would suck.
I'm saying like the last maybe 20 years of newborns, right? So people who are 20 years old and younger right now,
Mm-hmm.
they probably don't know what the fuck Gilligan's Island is.
Okay, so right, that's going to lead me to the next question. But I want you to answer your own question first. But I was going to say that you got to think about the amount of albums they've released, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to get if you can't narrow it down, but to somebody who's released only 3 or 4 albums, you're kind of narrowing yourself into like at least you can grow to love the 8 albums you hated on mainland, right?
Yeah.
You got fucking years to just say, you know what, I didn't appreciate this when I had the chance.
Yeah.
This is a great album, whether or not you're crazy or not, or that's your
Is
third.
it like after
personality.
listening to it for so long, you just kind of get stuck listening? Like Quagmire and fucking Cleveland, right? They were stuck tied to the basement and they were watching the
Direct TV instructional. I guess maybe that's a case now. Like you get ripped away from that situation. Do you miss hearing that instructional?
Did it give you like a certain comfort?
So I'll say that I think. Okay, so
I would want to choose somebody who I knew had like dope features regularly, you know?
it wasn't just them on the album.
Yeah.
So like you don't want like the last few J. Cole albums.
No, I mean, no, I couldn't listen to it like that. Like, even when it first came out, I listened to, what's it called? What's the name of that fucking song? KOD or some shit like that.
Oh, that's the last album?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
I listened to it maybe twice and then, yeah, moved on. So, you know,
But we're well documented in that.
I think that's what's hard too is like, back in the day when CDs were an actual thing and an artist finally released after like a year and a half, you can listen to them over and over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
So that's like with Jay, like that's pretty much all of his albums. When they came out, had it on repeat. There was nothing really competing with it, and I didn't want to go out and buy 12 CDs.
And you can go out to this day and put it in the deck and bang that shit all day, more than likely.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, right? So if you can limit yourself to you're on an island for however long. You got 7 days a week. You can, if you got an artist that has 7 albums at least, you can wait almost a week before you have to listen to that album again. Yeah. Right? I'm only thinking in terms of my sanity. Okay,
yeah, for sure.
I'm not trying to think about anything else. The music is just a way to get the time to pass. I just don't want to make it pass while I'm going insane.
I would say it also kind of depends on what I'm listening to it through. Like if I just have a fucking CD player and headphones.
What you were listening to before you got on the island?
No. Like how I'm listening to the
damn,
music,
I missed that J-Rock
discography that I'm stuck with, right? So if I'm out there on an island, and do I have just like a CD player that I can only listen to it in headphones? Do I have like a speaker, like something that I can play it out so while I'm running around doing shit
like surround sound on the island?
Not surround sound, but like
you were planning this to go to this island to live there. You're like, hey guys, I might get lost.
I wouldn't
soon.
be mad at it, to be honest, but no. I just wonder, like, because you know how it is. There's certain artists that you like to hear like in the car over on the headphones.
No, agreed. But I think you're really gonna be like splitting hairs here because you're on an island and you don't have many choices. Like, dude, I don't think you have underwear, so you really shouldn't be worrying about that as much as like just having the music, right? You shouldn't worry that your boxers have holes in them. At least you got boxers, you know. That's really.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So that leads me to believe. So did you answer?
Yeah.
How did you ask this question without an answer to it?
Because I wanted to talk
I wouldn't even take DMX's catalog because he's only got 3 albums.
I would consider
he don't got 3, but
I would consider bringing Game's catalog.
I was gonna say Game when I was talking about Ross.
Yeah.
And Game does have enough music where you can just find some gems every so often.
It's like that's the only thing that I like. Okay, so like there's a J mood and then there's like a let's talk about gang banging and shit mood, drug dealing, you know, like so
yeah.
that kind of I don't know. It's tough, but
so
yeah, probably Jay, but okay. I would definitely consider Game.
All right, I'm good with that. I mean, it just makes sense. They got quantity and quality.
Yeah.
And you know, there's some of your favorite artists. All right, so in the same vein, you're stuck on a desert island, right?
Right.
And I don't know if we should introduce the podcast first. Since we're doing that,
we can do that. You know? I mean, it's been like 10 minutes now, just talking about
a little bit of bullshit.
Welcome back to the Kiona and Kasson podcast. This is episode number 65. We are glad to have you. I'm your host Adam. I'm here with my brother Osama.
Yo.
Oh yeah, quick shout out to Dave. Happy birthday to him.
Shout out Dave. Happy birthday, brother. What is he? 32?
I want to say 32.
Dave's 32 now. You know, he said I texted him and we were talking about you know, the fact that he should try to make an appearance soon.
Yeah.
And he said he agrees. So, you know, Dave's always welcome back.
Yeah.
You know, so whenever he likes, he can hit us up and, you know, just stay tuned. Dave's not gone. He's or forgotten. He's just kind of gone.
In fact, older.
Dave's just kind of gone.
Been here longer.
Yeah. Right. So either way, Dave will be back at some point saying what's up.
Yeah.
But keep going, man.
I mean, at the same time, I always want to. I want those type of things to be a surprise. Like somebody turns it on. Oh shit, Dave's on this week. You know?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, we don't know what day it's gonna happen. It could be episode 100. God damn it.
But yeah,
what episode is this?
65.
What multiplication table is that?
I only know it as 5 times 13.
Yeah, that's probably the only way to go about it.
There's got to be some other way that it goes.
Is it? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So welcome to episode 5 times 13.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 times 13. It doesn't sound as good as 8 times 8.
It doesn't.
Anyway, welcome. So it was oh yeah, let's go back to your conversation now then.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty short-lived. So
now you're
just welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to all the hustlers.
They know where they're at
watching, which is probably none. And welcome.
Shout out to the mailmen.
Yeah,
except for the ones in
not
the
my mailman. That fucking guy sucks.
The one in the suburbs. They drive from mailbox to mailbox.
Yeah, that's mad
and if
funny.
if they have to get out of the car for anything, they look like they've been majorly inconvenienced.
Like they're tipping out of it.
I'm like, yo, you guys are a bunch of bitches. Like the people, the mail handlers in the city, you have to actually shout.
Literally walk.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, and it's some nasty ass weather.
Shout out whoever gets my mail to me on time, even though mail is whack. Yeah. We just had that conversation. Mail is probably on top 2 of the worst things, and it's not 2.
I'll agree.
Okay, so my next question, because you asked it,
Right.
You're on a desert island,
Yep.
right? And you are there for whatever reason. In your scenario, you went there, but
I knew I was gonna be
mine.
placed
You've
there.
accidentally gotten there, right? But let's say you have an iPad, and on this iPad, you have room for the question you asked last,
Yeah.
and also the question that I'm going to ask you right now. You have
Anticipation
one
kills.
show, and I'm going to limit it to sitcoms, right? Any era, as long as sitcoms sitcoms have been a thing,
Right.
and that's the only show you can watch for the rest of your life. Only entertainment. You can't watch news. You can't none of that. You only have the music and the show that you pick to be on this island or on this hypothetical iPad, right? That only for some reason has it somehow is equipped with you, and you're only able to watch this show for the remainder of your days on this island, which could be forever.
First of all, do The Simpsons count? It's an animated sitcom.
Yeah, I'll say The Simpsons.
Then I'm
count.
taking The Simpsons.
Really,
Yeah, hands down.
really.
Yeah. I wonder if they weren't included, and I don't know. I literally was between.
Okay, so let's
probably
make it harder. Let's make it harder. No Simpsons. If The Simpsons is you're not even a thought about it go to, then let's take away The Simpsons, because then that makes it at least a less conversation, less
Wayans
fun
Brothers.
conversation. Wayne's Brothers, huh?
Wayans Brothers.
Okay, how many seasons of the Wayne's Brothers?
I can't have all of them.
No, I'm just saying how many seasons. There's four seasons. This
thought
is my same reasoning behind.
I thought there was more.
No, I think there's only maybe a fifth, maybe a fifth. Yeah, look it up. But this is my same argument as, okay, why are you limiting yourself, right? You
Right.
can go and get a show okay, so if we're gonna not say you can't do Simpsons, you can't do Family Guy, or
Yeah, I think it was only 4 seasons.
right, you can't do Family Guy or even South Park. So let's limit it to live action.
Scrubs.
Really? So you wouldn't do The Office? You wouldn't do there's a lot of good shows.
I literally have watched the Scrubs all the seasons probably 9 times.
Scrubs is hilarious. Okay, so what about maybe Fresh Prince? This is a harder question to ask, I think, because there's more front runners in
the
this
thing is-
question than there are if you talk about the musical world in terms of an artist's discography.
It's harder to get sick of watching a show, I think. And I feel this way because, first of all, let's say you have The Office, right? You have,
9 seasons.
9 seasons,
Yeah.
and they're all half-an-hour episodes.
Right.
And every time that you watch it, by the time you come back to the beginning, there's shit that you missed. And it takes so much longer, I think, to get... Because think about it. One fucking album, you're looking at maybe an hour, right?
Right.
And 2 shows of a season is an hour. So you have a whole discography worth of entertainment for one season.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, you can mix it up and whatnot. I think that based on based on how little I get tired of The Office,
Yeah. You'd have to choose The Office?
I have to choose The Office. But that's not to say that there's not shows that are in the front line. So this question is maybe harder. I just don't like it as much. So maybe I'm sorry I brought it up. Anyway, whatever, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, let me know what you guys think. The people that watch, Maisha.
An artist and a TV show. Choose. Comment
Yeah.
below.
Let us know what's your what would you be? What would be your go-to? Remember, you're on this island for a undetermined amount of time. Could be forever. And knowing that, do you want to, how angry would you be, right?
Yeah.
If you brought Jay-Z's collection, right, and you were on the island for a long time, but you got off, and now you hated Jay-Z's music. I can't listen to that. It brings me back to that fucking island.
Okay, but when you say you were on there for a long time can mean anything. Is it a year? Are you there for 30 years?
Okay, let's say you're on there let's say you get trapped on this island at 25 years old, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're on this island till 35, and then you get off, right? And not only is it that you hate Jay-Z's music, but now Jay-Z is even bigger than he was before, right? So when you come back, Jay-Z is everywhere, but you hate him so
Jay-Z's
much
gonna be 60
that you
in 10
go
years.
back to the island, right? Like, I can't deal with this shit. Fuck Jay-Z. But how angry would you be then?
Well, in the scenario, are we talking? I also have the TV show that I chose, or do I only have?
Yeah. Remember, this is an iPad that for some reason is always equipped to you.
I don't think, even with 10 years, I don't think I'd get sick of Jay's music because I'd have enough time to just turn it off, switch to the show, turn the show off, relax.
Oh no! Okay, so
I'm
here's
busy hunting fish and shit.
Then I
you
want to
know?
make this even more difficult. The next stipulation is if you choose on a day, if you choose to listen to music, you can only listen to the music, and on a day that you choose to watch a show, you can only watch the show.
That's fine. That's fine. I can make that work. I would probably watch the show like 3-4 times, 3-4 days in a row. Switch to music, and just back and forth.
Okay. So you don't think the situation that you were in would make it where you have such a negative connotation towards any of Jay-Z's work?
No, because I think if I got sick,
Would you save an album not to be sick of it just in case you got off?
have to like throw a wrench in it?
Yeah, like
no, I don't know. Like, I think I could just live with turning off the music. I mean, I feel like I'm going to be busy doing other things on the island. So it's not, as much as it'd be great to just be listening to music while I'm doing all of those things. I think, and I worked at Dominic's for 10 years or 8 years, and I listened to the same bullshit music on the radio every day.
their soundtracks never change.
I could probably do it.
Okay, so do you think you can survive on let's say you got trapped on a desert island.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you're doing?
Fucking wondering how the fuck did I get stuck on this stupid ass island? Probably.
Obviously so. Okay, but after that, because that's everybody's first instinct, how did I get here? Now, okay, so
I'd be like, Krakosia!
Okay, so do you think that how long do you think you could survive on this hypothetical desert island?
It depends on the success I have in the first week. In the first 5 days, if I can't find a good water source, if I can't fucking make myself enjoy eating fish, if I can't
let's say
create
that.
a shelter,
What do? You don't like fish? Do you die?
no, I'm gonna go look for ways to hunt little animals.
What if there are no animals? What if the
gotta
only
imagine-
thing is on this island is fish?
I have an iPad. There's got to be some way to
Oh, we didn't even talk about the battery on the iPad. I wonder, I guess that just goes a little too far.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is how do you get on these deserts? Like Gilligan's Island is a hilarious show,
but see, Gilligan's
because
Island
there was so many people that found this island.
Yeah. Well, they were on a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour.
But they
Just sit
formed
right back and tell the tale.
they formed a governing.
Started.
Yes, that's the theme song. But yeah, they worked out a system, and it was successful because they had a lot of people, and it wasn't successful at times. Wasn't there people trying to kill them on the island?
Dude, so many times. So many
Like-
times they got, tribes. Like, these tribes were on this island,
Ace Ventura.
but for some reason they couldn't, they managed so well in the same clothes they were lost in.
Yeah.
They never changed the clothes.
Yeah.
It was like The Simpsons, but in real life.
But from the first season to the end, you can still see what color their clothes were. It was not ridiculous.
Wasn't it black and white at first?
Maybe.
I don't remember that. All I know is that Gilligan's Island's a good show.
Yeah.
But so now that we've spoken about almost nothing,
Yeah.
what you got to talk about today?
Well, first of all, we talked about a lot of nothing in the beginning. So, John Witherspoon passed this week.
Oh, rest in peace to John Witherspoon,
Rest
man.
in peace. There was so much good content produced with him in it.
Oh, and
That's what took me back to Wayans Brothers. Half of the comedy in that is fucking pops. Pop, 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 sugar pop.
Pop, pop. Yeah, dude. When my love goes bang, bang, bang. You better run, you sweet little thing. Dude, I forget how that started. He was like, such a good song. I can't remember how it began. He was like, how's it go? This little pause in the show is going to be, it's killing me. I can't remember. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Wayne's Brothers was a great show, largely just because of his owning Pop's Diner and shit. You know, the role that he played there was great.
The little vinyl shoes.
Yeah.
Oh man, they used to do such a great show. Such a talented man.
Yeah.
From what I've understood, or from what I've gathered in like the last week or so, people were talking about like a lot of the stuff he did was improvised, and
Yeah.
he didn't do a lot of scripts. He was just a naturally funny human being. I mean, everything I remember growing up watching, you know, from a certain point was involving John Witherspoon, you know.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So, you know, rest in peace to him, man. Like, honestly.
Friday series, not going to be the same, man.
He was in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's sad to see him go. He's got a big legacy that he leaves behind. And, you know,
For sure.
rest in peace to that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Comedy legend. He was, what, I believe 77.
Yeah, I mean, he lived a fairly long life.
I don't know what it was that got him. I didn't read.
Maybe old age in the long run, or I mean, not the long run. At the end of the day, you know.
Yeah. End of the day, if it's a long run, that's great, you know. But yeah. So rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
Indeed.
You know, shout out to everybody who's
All right, pops.
been affected by it.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
Really gave us a lot of shit to keep laughing
You
about.
know you look good to me. Taco Jim.
Smell like you ain't falling no mud.
The Johnson ball dance. Johnson swinging one way, ball swinging the other. Just, woof, woof. He's like, you trying to walk around the house butt naked? He's like, hell yeah. Me and I'm gonna do what you mean. What do he say? He's like, I'm gonna do it with your mama later on when I get home tonight.
Yeah.
Your sister moved out, son. She didn't even. The sister wasn't even a part of the movie
No.
after the first one.
Hey, I was actually I don't know what I think I was trying to like catch a certain line in a movie, so I like IMDb to see what's up. Because you know they have like the script online for a lot of those things. And when Craig was in his uncle Elroy's house, and they went upstairs, and he was watching TV, and you know he had like that little fantasy about Carla or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Apparently, the voice on the TV was Smokey, and he was in like doing some rehab commercial or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to watch that and confirm.
Because I was like, I don't know if this is true, but this is what it says here.
Another day, dollar. Holla if you hear me. Coming with the bumps as I
Bumps in my hoop.
swoop whoop. Swoop whoop.
Do you know if they wrapped up shooting for last Friday?
I don't know. I mean, you know,
'Cause that's been on the books for a minute now.
I don't know I don't even know the plot line. I know that Ice Cube has to be involved because I think he owns the rights to Friday.
Right. I don't ever think that he'd want to put out one without being involved. I'm also pretty sure Mike Epps is in it.
That makes sense. I think him and Mike Epps have a pretty good relationship. I don't know the relationship he has with Chris Tucker though.
Yeah. I don't know either. Did you see when Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, and Tracy Morgan and somebody else was there, I think. They were all shooting at Tyler Perry's studios
because
at
they're
the same
shooting
time.
right next door. So it's
Yeah.
Bad Boys 3 and Coming to America 2
Yeah.
shooting next to each other, which is dope. I mean, honestly, I think that it's really awesome to see Eddie back in comedy.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know if we talked about Dolomite last week, did we?
You asked if I seen it, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah,
so-
you still haven't seen it,
No,
huh?
man.
You motherfucker,
Sorry,
man.
man. You know,
It's a good movie, man. But it's awesome to see him back in comedy. It's awesome to see him back in the mix with everybody, and you know, hopefully, this is a start of seeing Eddie, you know, maybe reach a second wind, or if you will, for his career, where not like he was, where people were tired of him before, but like it just kind of like he kind of. What do you do? Just kind of distance himself, pretty much, you know.
He'll be like on his Morgan Freeman run, you know, where he's like the latter years of his career. He always plays like some role that he really just wants to play.
I think. I mean, he's going to be able to do anything he wants at this point. I think.
I'm pretty sure he has a new comedy special coming out too.
Yeah,
so.
I think he's got some 2020 coming out. But I think right now, I think he's going to be doing some stand up. He's actually going to be on SNL, which is going to be pretty dope. So I mean, it's pretty nice to see him back.
Yeah,
we were talking about it. Me and my guys were talking about some of his best movies, and obviously you got Coming to America, but I think
Harlem Nights,
Trading Places might be up there as maybe my favorite, just because of how funny that shit is.
I like Trading Places.
Yeah, really good, really good.
I don't know. I mean, he put out a lot of good content, like it's called Soul Food.
He wasn't in Soul Food.
What's the?
You're talking about
Nutty Professor. There you go. Yeah,
that is not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
You just named two separately.
I did, but it's fine.
Related movies.
Separately.
One has McKifer in it. Mekhi Phifer, for those who don't know, I've basically just if you're not watching, I just put my hands together to mean that I've put his names together in one name for him. Yeah.
Yes.
So, what else is up, man?
Have you been following any of the NBA stuff?
I
I think there's like two.
Derek came back to Chicago.
Yeah, he was back in
And,
UC. That's what I wanted to
So
talk
Derek came back. He had a pretty good game. Two dunks, two light dunks. He didn't throw them down.
He doesn't do that anymore, though.
No, he's smart enough to know that that leaves room for error. So he just puts it in and comes back down and. But either way, he scored. I forget what he had, maybe 20-some points, 7 assists or some shit.
Which, ironically, I think was only the second game that the Bulls won this season.
Yeah, but no, I mean it was dope to see him back. The fans were chanting MVP, and I'm glad to see that.
Standing O when he got there.
He deserves it.
You know what? Let me just say this about Chicago fans: y'all a bunch of fucking assholes. First of all, when he first got traded, you were doing you, and every time he came back, you were still bitches, and now. He came back and he's been having a good season, and now you're all like, "Oh yeah, good."
Yeah, but not most people, but a lot of people are fair weather fans and
fickle fans.
People, yeah, Chicago fans especially are very fickle.
Turn on you real fast.
They'll do that,
but also the most dedicated. So I will shout us out for that.
Okay, so yeah, speaking of Chicago,
right?
I saw a story this week.
Yep.
So I'm gonna read you what the caption says, and then you tell me what you think.
All right.
Comes from the Chicago Tribune.
Okay.
So R. Kelly's lawyer says the singer skipped a court hearing today because he has an infected toe that has cost him his toenail, and he was worried that someone would step on his foot.
Oh, good God.
R. Kelly worried his infected toe might be stepped on. Skips court hearing.
Hey, yo, I'm pretty sure you got more than just an infected toe, brother.
Dude, R. Kelly, as sick of an individual as he may be one of the most comical cases of dumb criminal ever.
He's the funniest molester of all time.
That is not a good term, but dude, he is.
Oh, God.
Dude, that has me dying. I saw that this week. I was like, you could have said
how to hold top people.
He could have said he couldn't walk. He's in danger of losing his toe. Medically, he's more worried about that, which is probably bullshit. But also, he's not very intelligent, it seems. So maybe he is more worried about his toe.
I mean,
can you imagine being the person that has to relay messages between R. Kelly and the courts?
I feel like it was in Billy Madison where he's like, I swear to God, I'm sick. I can't go to school. We're gonna stay home. You can help me shave my armpits.
He's like, all right, I'll go. No, I don't understand R. Kelly, and I think that
yo, hilarious. I'm sorry, but even in his music, he was hilarious, so I expected it.
This is a really funny excuse. I've never heard anybody make this excuse up before.
I was worried about losing my toenail.
Dude, I hated school, right? And I'm not equating school to to court for what he's in court for.
Well, not for that reason, but it's close.
School was
When you have to
prison.
go to-
School was prison.
like when you get jury duty, you don't want to go. Why? Because it reminds you of school. You're just sitting there fucking.
Yeah, but most people just hate school. Right? Well, not really. I think the people who like school to me are kind of weird, and I kind of envy them.
It's okay to like school once you're like in high school, because you don't like school for the educational
Dude, I hated school so much.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, podcaster. Yeah, just tell them I can't make it. What's wrong, Rob? Yeah, man, my toe. It's kind of hurts, so I'm worried that they might step on it. Who, Rob? The people at the courtroom. Rob, you're gonna be underneath. Your feet gonna be underneath the desk. But like, yeah, but what if I mean, you don't know.
So I stubbed my toe. And then it started discoloring a little bit. So I got real worried that the toenail was gonna fall off.
I got the gout.
The gout was like the plague back in the day.
Like my toes are fucked up, my feet hurt. It's all sorts of shit. I don't even know what the gout is.
We probably missed great series in that other conversation because like everybody hates Chris. Gout was fucked up. His dad was fucked up from gout. I still have no idea. Is it like a blanket statement? Like you just feel any one of these symptoms and now you got the gout? Or is it like, is that what you're looking up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I thought
you have gout?
It had something to do with your foot, right? Like your big toe?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go here and just see it. Gout is a painful condition that is seeing a resurgence of sufferers. This uncomfortable affliction is a form of arthritis, often called gouty arthritis. Let's see. But overall, the condition is caused by high levels of uric acid in the body. Can you just tell me what it is? Okay, pain in the toe. Basically, pain in your big toe means that you got gout.
Huh.
So now, that may be
it was
just a
your big
blanket
toe.
statement, but I don't see anything that says not.
So he did technically have gout. Well, it depends if it was his big toe.
Well, I don't know.
His big toe that he was worried about because like it's the most easy to step on. It's like the biggest,
Does Rob know what his big toe is?
I mean, I would hope so.
He doesn't seem to know a lot of things.
He knew that he could get an infection in his toe.
Yo,
and his nail
I
could
can't
fall
wait
off.
till they make like they can't, but it would be a really funny comedy series if they made one about his life.
We're gonna get the documentary, but we're not gonna get the comedy
sitcom?
series.
Like, dude, a sitcom.
That would be the one I'd
I'd
bring with me on a desert island.
Dude, would you bring Trapped in a Closet?
No, I can't bring his discography. Like I would like to say, hey, yeah,
Nobody's there, dude. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody sees it or sees it, nobody hears it.
If a bear
Regardless,
shits in the woods,
if Adams
do they
listens
really
to
shit
R.
in the
Kelly
woods?
on a
Nobody sees
desert
it?
island when nobody else is there, does he really listen to it?
I feel dirty doing that.
You're already gonna be dirty as fuck. You're on an island by
Yeah, but,
yourself
like,
with no bath,
there's-
no soap.
Just an extra layer of dirty.
All right.
No. I would love to because it's hilarious. The whole series of Chapter in the Closet up to like chapter 12. It's hilarious.
Oh my God, a rubber.
I just like when her brother Tron came home.
I remember that. I don't remember the lyrics. I used to know the lyrics because, man, that was a hilarious little thing, man. He did that shit for a long time.
Fucking R. Kelly. You
It
had to
went
fuck
like
up.
6 and then 12 and then 49. There's like at least 606 different versions of Trapped in the Closet right now.
Like, think of all the weddings. I was just at a wedding yesterday. Think of all the weddings that are affected by R. Kelly not being able to be played at their wedding anymore. Step, side to side.
We're gonna have to remake. We're gonna have to make "Step in the Name of Love."
We can do a cover for Step in the Name of Love.
We're gonna have to remake "Step in
Because
the Name
technically
of
then
Love."
it's not R. Kelly doing it, it's us.
What?
So you can listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, and plus he can't make that anymore. His big toe. He can't make "Step in
He
the Name
can't
of
make
Love."
any music videos. He's definitely going to get stepped on.
We are talking about literally nothing today.
This is all relevant stuff.
To who?
You just brought up the fact that there was news with R. Kelly. And, I didn't know that news. I didn't know that he had got an infected toenail.
Well,
and
now you do.
can can't go to court because of such things.
I also seen today that the FBI is searching for 3 suspects who robbed an armored truck at gunpoint in Colorado, dead president style. They didn't got away too. They said within 30 seconds they were in the car and out of the way.
Snitching.
Huh?
So you snitch.
I don't know. All it said, literally, I read it and they could only describe their builds. They said 2 medium builds and 1 kind of hefty. What the fuck? Those guys got away with motherfucking money.
Yeah. Yeah, they pulled a successful heist.
I mean, that's cool. I mean,
Off record, which kind of on record because we're on camera. I would always have loved to have done a heist and made it successful.
dude, high school would be the shit. Dude, all those hijinks they get into.
I don't think the hijinks are something you want to deal with, you know?
Yeah, I mean, those
It's not gonna
hijinks,
be
those are
like when-
hilarious.
It's not going to be like half baked when they try to steal weed from the science lab. Like, those are hijinks, you know?
Look, I'm Clooney, you're Pitt. You just listen to the plan and you just follow blindly and eat some food behind me.
I'm okay with that. Down with eating food.
All right, but so what would, if you were in a high school, what would you go to? What would be your target? Would it be art or jewels?
Definitely not art, because when there's precious pieces of art, there's only one, and they're looking for that person for this specific thing.
Yeah, but when there's a big ass diamond, sometimes there's only one big ass diamond.
Well, I wouldn't steal the big diamonds. I'd steal all the littler diamonds.
Oh, well,
know?
you're just not doing it right then.
I want like the medallions and like the.
That's Carl, man.
You fool! That's Carl.
No, I think I would go after the big diamonds, and we do it in one. Also, I wouldn't go after art because trying to transport art that you've stolen is like not as easy as like
Telling you.
taking a diamond and like
sure you could sell it
getting
on
a
a black
girl
market
to like
somewhere,
take
but-
a flight with it up her butt, and then like you can get it out, and then when she gets off the flight, you get that out later, right? And you'd be like, all right, clean that up first, then give it
Get
to
that
me.
out your ass and then clean it.
Ugh, that's the guts.
It's the gut and eyes part.
Little Dave Chappelle reference if y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into the movie.
I mean, yeah, you better know.
Tango El Gato en Los Pantalones.
So it's a macho thing. You don't understand.
Great movie. But yes, Heist Crew. I don't even know who I would call.
Like, who would be your people who are in the crew?
Yeah, man. Like, how do you got to get the little Asian guy who can fit in the box, right? I don't know that many small Asians.
I need like Vin Diesel
Right. Why? I
because
don't.
he can drive. He was robbing trucks that were driving on the highway by jumping off of cars. I can use that kind of athleticism in this heist.
True. But
And-
I mean, the couple times they showed it, they weren't very successful. Like they one of the guys almost died. Like
Yeah, but like
he's like,
it
oh,
was never
fuck.
it was never him about to die. You know.
I mean, he got shot a couple times and hit. You know, like Vin Diesel isn't invincible.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine. He's somebody who knows the game, and heisting is his thing.
Would you go into Hollywood with your name, or would you change it?
My real name, my rap shit.
I mean, that's true, but like, it's not rap. And let's be honest, your name's not the coolest.
When you're in a movie, they assign you a fake name most of the time.
No, I'm talking about motherfucker real life. Like
Oh,
people,
would I if I like
yeah, like
gave my headshot to a studio?
I think would you change your name to these people?
no. I'm me, damn it, and you're gonna fucking like it, or you're gonna get the fuck out of here.
What if they said, all right, we'll give you $1 million?
To change my name,
Yeah.
and that's all I have to do, and that million is mine.
Yeah.
Is it tax free?
Like Rodney Dangerfield's real name was Jack Roy, which also seems like a good name, but Rodney Dangerfield is much better.
Okay, so what would be your name?
My name is, I mean, listen.
Just be Osama. then.
Unfortunately, at the
I don't have a
same
last
time,
name. I'm just Osama. Like
I'm
McLovin.
gonna be one name like Carrot Top, even though it's 2 words. Still,
So you're gonna be like Fantasia, just one.
no,
one name.
dude, I wouldn't be fucking Fantasia. Fuck
Not
you.
Fantasia, but like Fantasia, you only have one name.
Of all people, there's many people with one name. Eminem,
But he's also Marshall Mathers, you know.
but listen, Dick. You're gonna go
He's
to
also Slim
Fantasia.
Shady.
Fantasia can't even fucking read, can she?
I don't know. Why would I know these kind of trivial facts about Fantasia?
She's the first person you brought up.
Like Prince, is that better?
Artist formerly known as. Then he became a symbol. And then he became his name again.
Yeah. All the while he was dressing in the most outrageous clothing of all time.
Yo,
But still wildly successful.
yo, speaking of like...
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Probably Mike. But like...
That's what I said too.
But Prince is pretty damn fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, but as much as I
He
agree...
can play like a lot of instruments and shit.
Yeah, he could. It's really cool though.
We ever talk about the Carlos Boozer? Yeah, I think we've talked about that story, right? Like Prince, like rented Carlos Boozer's house. Have we spoken about that on here?
Maybe.
I don't
Refresh my
want to
memory. What happened?
So I'm gonna bring it up because I want to talk. I want to just do the headline and let it be. But Prince rented Carlos Boozer's home, and here it is right here. So we're gonna go to the story. That's my music in the meantime. In between time. So, Carlos Boozer rented his $8.6 million home to Prince, who then painted it purple. And I think I have spoken about
so he
this.
rented it like so he can live in it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, I guess, I think it
I thought
was
he like rented it out for like a Prince party or something. But he lived in Carlos Boozer's mansion?
Yeah, well, Boozer wasn't living there. And he rented his LA home to the Star. Boozer claims that this is 100% true. My realtor got a call from the representative, and they said they wanted to rent my property. They were like, well, they're willing to pay $95,000 per month. I was like, oh, really? Ooh. Well, yeah, they can have it, clearly. I agree to the deal and fly there to meet him, and it ends up being Prince. Prince walks out, and he's a crazy basketball fan dressed in purple and black. I get up to the crib, and I go to what I thought was my gate. I had a big 12-foot iron gate with 2 gold lions on it. Let me fast forward the story. I'm living. I'm like, dang, my man changed my whole crib to purple and black. Put his stuff everywhere. Long story short, Prince paid $1 million to rent the home, redecorated, and paid him $500,000 in damages at the end of the day. So
damn.
Yeah, so long story short, just let Prince rent your crib, man. He'll pay you what he needs to pay to get it done right, you know. But he'll make it purple. Can you imagine your whole crib purple?
I mean, I'm on the road 80% of the year. I don't care. Make it purple. I'll just go and rent a condo, and you can keep this.
Well, he rented it for a year, so there's that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, fuck it. I would have my regular season staying in hotels and shit. I'd go on vacation for like 3.5 months. I'd come back and then I would take the house over. Like, I don't care about it.
Okay, I got another question for your desert island.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say we're now in technologically advanced state, right? And this technology that you can bring with you, though it would seem that using this technology you'd be able to transport yourself back, that's not the case. You are not able to. You live in primitive land. Everybody else has great technology. So what I'm getting at is now instead of an album, you get to bring a hologram version of the person that and their discography with you, right? And so instead of listening to it at the snap of a fingers, a hologram appears and it's them performing, right? Now, do you take into account their performances, right? Now, do you pick Michael Jackson?
No, now my choice goes to probably a female artist.
Oh, well, that's true too, right? I mean, you need a spank bank, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's good
The
to have.
spank bank has been filled.
Years.
Okay, so what female artist, if we're not objectifying women right here?
We're already objectifying women.
You just gonna bring Beyonce?
No, I want somebody more juicy looking.
You don't want like Crazy in Love Beyonce, where she's in that.
Well, you said that she's performing, not that it's her music video archive.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay.
Nicki probably.
Nicki, really? All right, so eventually I'd get tired of her.
I mean, yeah, but that's regardless whether you're stuck on an island watching a hologram or you're with somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I get tired of anybody, really. Okay, so after I got tired of trying to figure out how to use this technology to get myself back, like, why is this not a thing, right? Like,
it's like fucking Stewie had that little little thing to stand on, and it brought them back to wherever they were going. The time machine.
How angry would you be if like they built like highways in the sky for cars and that desert island was right underneath, but they just kept passing over you? Hey!
You got to find a way to make fire. It's the number one thing you got to do on an island.
Yeah, dude. If you can't get fire going, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're not warm. You can't cook. You can't boil water.
So yeah, that's what I'll go back to. You said, what's the first thing I would do? Try to start a fire.
Dude, that's got to be frustrating. Like, first of all, we've been through the fact that naked and afraid just doesn't make sense to me. Why did you get naked? Why did I swap my boxers for this leaf? Now my dick's all hanging out, right? And not only that, how am I going to find a leaf for my dick? It's impossible, right? It's just not going to work. There's not enough leaves in the world.
It's not something I would want to do. I'm not fond of bugs. Just bugs. And I'm fucking naked.
There's a lot of elements that would fuck with me. I don't know what would be the worst though. Like,
rub up against some fucking poison ivy on accident and touches my dick, then that's another
dude,
problem.
these people wake up with like asses that have been chewed to death by ants overnight. Like, I don't want to, dude. There's no way in hell. Like, I'm calling it first day. Like, all right, you know what I'm trying to do? All right, first of all, I'm gonna make sure I get on that show if I was single, right? I'm gonna get on the show single. I'm going to try to talk the girl into having sex probably within the first day, right? Like, yo, before we get tired and too hungry, we should really have sex, right? Like, it'll get a lot of the tension out. We'll feel comfortable around each other. It'll be cool, right? Like, this is
But
my
then
thought.
in the morning, I'm going to be gone. Now
Now
I'm going to wake up and I'm not
Now
going to
that sounds bad. That sounds bad. But, like, that's the only thing I think you can get out of that. Like, you might hook up with the girl. Right? I'm not saying I'm gonna try to convince her that we should have sex. If she's down, we can have sex. That's cool, right? But all I'm saying is later on is probably within the next 24 hours, I'm not gonna be able to take it. I'm gonna get hungry.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, we just had
before I get irritable, damn it.
right? Like, there's a lot of things that are gonna happen. So
Yeah.
like, we should probably have sex in the first like 12 hours, right? Either that or I would hope that the girl I wasn't sexually attracted to the girl.
Yeah. Yeah, but as long as the girl is useful in some way to help me survive.
No, I'd much rather useful hands. Like, I'd rather you have man hands than no hands.
Just like some big butch woman.
Like,
Some
yes,
Amazonian
you
woman.
carry me around, please. Yeah, dude, like Amazonians and shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But, like, I don't know. I think that, so,
Trying
that
to survive naked would be the worst. Like, I feel like I could still do it. I just don't want to do it.
no, dude, there's no way I could do it. Like, I would feel too vulnerable with my dick just swinging around everywhere.
I mean, that's our natural state. You
From
know?
tree to tree and shit, just as I'm taking
Dude,
steps.
the dick and balls dance.
Like, I'm just saying, like, I think that would be very uncomfortable. I don't know. Like, I think girls have a leg up there. Their vagina is not just protruding out, dangling everywhere. Like, you're, as a guy, you're just like, okay, now like something might it's low enough where something might be able to jump up at it.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
You got to protect that at all costs.
yeah, dude. Like, that's a very vulnerable state, and I could see why they've created the show, but also I can't.
I would kill some birds, take their nest, and put it over my dick. That's what I would do.
You'd put a bird's nest on your dick.
Yeah. It's the only thing I can see that's protective against it.
Dude, you
That,
would
like,
die
it's like
probably in
cup-like.
the first 12 and a half hours. Easily.
Why?
Because something is going to be on that nest that you don't have to take account for, and you're going to get some sort of fucking infection on your dick, and then you're going to get gonorrhea or herpes, and that's for life.
I'm just trying to protect it from the rest of the world out there.
Dude, there's so many nasty like things on birds. Like, dude, you're telling me that you're not going to get some sort of infection on your dick?
This is probably true. I don't know. What else do you do?
Dude, how do you wake up with morning wood in like those situations? Like think about that. Now we don't have the dilemma of what it was last week where you had to find a way to pee in the toilet, right? Because you just walk to somewhere and just point, just watch the
Point
stream,
and click.
you know. But like, how isn't it awkward? Again, women have the advantage, right? When we wake up, sometimes our dick is hard and there's nothing we can do about it. And not by sometimes, I mean most mornings. But the girl doesn't have that. So like, you wake up and she's gonna look at you like, oh, and you're like, dude, this is normal.
Like,
We're naked and afraid, so now you got. That might be the best chance you have at hitting, right?
What's that?
And then you could still make it out by noon and be back home for dinner.
There was some show, and that was like the guy's go-to movie would be invited into a young lady's house after a date, and then while she's in the kitchen doing something, he'll just get completely naked. I think it was How I Met Your Mother.
Didn't Joey do that in Friends?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's basically that move.
I mean, I think that might get you locked up nowadays.
Well, no. I'm saying that's the move when you're on an island like that. On that show. Not like in real life. You don't just pop up. But
So like when do you know when she's in the kitchen and you're in the living room?
well, that's like the equivalent to waking up with fucking morning wood.
Would you just draw lines in the sand like, okay, that's the bedroom. That's the kitchen over there.
Well, no, because the object of that show is to like supposed to keep moving, right? Like you're not supposed to just set
Dude,
up shop
I'm
and
not going nowhere.
time.
We find a comfortable space. Fuck it. I'm done. Either that or I'm calling the helicopter. You come get me. We're out.
Again, spend most of my time just trying to light a fire. One of these fucking planes you would think would have to just see it. It was big enough. I like the whole damn forest on fire.
Like, we're just going to set this whole fucking place ablaze.
Right.
And then there's those shows where it's rainy and you can't start a fire. Dude, that's a
fucked up.
setup. You're literally trying to kill me.
Yeah.
You've sent me to this island to die.
They should do one of those on Amazon.
I'm for sure trying to have sex quickly in those islands. I'll be like, yo, if the friction will cause warmth, we'll be good. Don't worry about it. You know, I'll be here for you.
Like we'll be dead in 12 hours.
Like, dude, if we don't die within the next 12 hours, you'll be so angry that we didn't have sex. Like we should just do it now because we're not going to last. I promise you. I'm calling in the morning.
I have no survival skills at all.
Dude, like I microwave. Like I don't know what I don't even cook over fire like this is something that you're gonna have to teach me, and we don't have enough time for that because you're right now you got boobs out, and my dick is just touching the floor as I kneel here. Dude, that'd be so weird. I couldn't deal with it, man. Like, what if you were kneeling to start the fire, and like you kneel a little low, and your dick grazes the ground, but like. Then there's like you look over and there's a scorpion, and he goes to try to attack it because he thinks it's another scorpion, right?
He thinks it's another scorpion.
There's so many things that can happen in
fuck
this.
scorpions. They freak me out, man.
Yo, scorpions might be one of the weirdest things. I would like to see one in person though, just because.
Scorpions are creepy as fuck.
What if a scorpion was like running at you? Like, would you run away?
I mean,
Like, yep.
I hate to say yeah, but yeah, I'll run away from
I would run
I'll run away from a scorpion probably.
I would run away from a scorpion.
Unless I had like a big container to just put over it and catch it, and that's the only way.
So you would risk that.
Yeah.
So you'd risk trying it. What if you missed?
I wanted like.
What if it was
like
so
a
quick
see-through
it
fucking
like
container
it
that I could put
sidestepped?
over it?
What if it slipped the jab? Right.
Well, I'm gonna have to try to jet after that. Otherwise, whatever it is, what it is. I mean, I gotta try.
There are some fucked up things in this planet that can kill the shit out of humans.
Yeah, for real.
That's why you won't catch me on Naked and Afraid.
Man, I was watching the news the other day, and there was something talking about, oh yeah, humans are like the top tier, la la la. I was like, no, we're not.
No, dude. So many things can kill us.
We're vulnerable.
There
to
are
everything.
spiders in my basement that I'm pretty sure can murder me, and I'm not with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the fucked up thing. You have a fucking bug this big.
It can cause all sorts of damage to your body.
Yeah. So we're not the fucking alpha nothing.
No, dude, we are. I'm pretty sure that humans are foreign to this planet.
It's only because we have operational brains. Some of us, not everybody has.
We have the ability to think for ourselves, and we have thumbs.
Yeah.
Thumbs are really the only reason we are superior.
Thumbs are important, but I mean, monkeys
Thumbs
have
are our
thumbs.
ability to walk upright.
Pretty sure squirrels have thumbs. There's a lot of animals that have thumbs.
Yeah, but we're okay. Our size, our ability to like stand up, stand erect.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Unimportant conversation. Were we on basketball and then moved all the way over to this somehow?
I don't remember nothing about this episode. We're like an hour in, and I couldn't tell you what we talked about.
I feel like it was a good conversation. There was R. Kelly.
There's not more.
I don't know. I don't really have anything else to talk about. I don't know what else really happened. There's probably some new music that came out, and that I also haven't looked up.
I know Gangstar came out. I gotta still give that a listen.
Gangsta,
Probably listen to that today. What else?
I'm pulling it up right now. I don't know what else came out.
I don't think there was too much, to be honest with you. Like I was checking. I think Griselda or Conway, somebody released something from that camp.
Earl Sweatshirt put out an album.
Yeah, whatever.
Benny the Butcher, right?
Benny, I think, probably put something out. Somebody, yeah. So,
Yeah, nothing. I mean, Griselda always puts out quality.
excuse me. Yeah, I think I'll be. I don't know. I didn't really listen to any new music this week for some reason. So probably this week coming up, I'm going to try to absorb some of this coming up, and we can have a better conversation about it coming Sunday. You know,
Said coming a whole lot right now.
Coming.
But yeah, absolutely. You gotta go through and see. I mean, usually I try to pay attention to what comes out. I'll at least download it, see if it pops up on shuffle. And again, if it doesn't pop up on shuffle, that wasn't God's plan. You know.
Sure, dude.
If it's something that I'm not
listen, if it pops up on shuffle and I don't want to hear it, God's plan, devil's plan, my plan, your plan, data plan, doesn't matter. I'm gonna turn that shit the fuck off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else. Happy Halloween to everybody out there.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know what you guys all
did we discuss a little bit about it? Yeah, like did we even discuss Halloween?
I don't think we discussed it much at all.
Happy belated Halloween to all the kids. It snowed in Chicago, so these motherfuckers couldn't do shit.
Yo,
I felt
for
bad
real,
though.
I was like,
I did feel kind of bad. Like I would see the occasional kid walking with their parent, and you're like, that sucks, man. Because the kids. Man, I looked forward to Halloween, and I didn't even dress up like that. When I was a kid. So with the weather fucking it up, and they're not able to wear the costumes they like, and they're not able to get the candy they
there
like.
was places that were like rescheduling trick or treating because of the weather.
Yeah, you can't do that, dude. You can't reschedule Halloween. That's not how this works.
Let me also say that kids and their parents are just a bunch of big pussies nowadays. Because
although it was a nasty ass day,
it was, but we used to be out.
But we didn't get that type of weather. We never had weather like that. But
even when it's like a nice, we had some bad weather.
We never had snow.
No.
Never, dude. I promise you, we never had snow. Maybe later in your tenure as a child.
No,
as a shield. But for me, we didn't. I remember we had rainy nights.
Regardless, though,
even
when the weather was
cool,
clear,
rainy nights. But we never had cold, snowy, like winterist type of events on the day of Halloween.
But even when we had that or even when it was like a super clear ass night, we would be out until 11, 12 o'clock sometimes, and these kids are done by 7:30. I think that's like and I'm like, in Bartlett, that's the rule.
Really, that's as late
as 7 o'clock.
Oh, that's bullshit, dude.
And I'm like,
yeah, we would be out till like 9 o'clock.
Not what it used to be.
Yeah, kids have turned into a bunch of pansies, but I think that's because of what we've made them be.
I think it's because their parents are a bunch of.
But I do think that they got the shit end of the stick this Halloween. It was pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's like
we all got the shit end of the stick because it's October 31st and there's snow on the ground.
I got extra candy in the crib. Nobody rang my doorbell, which doesn't work as it is. So ring that away if you like.
We got a bunch of candy too. There was just nobody out, and I'm like, yo, man, I understand. But see, my thing is, by the time I got off work and we were outside, like waiting for trick or treaters, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't snowing anymore. The weather probably got to like, low 40s. Like it's okay for you to come around, and that's just always been the case recently on Halloween's in recent memory. Like, there's no kids who come out. There's nobody coming to the door. I buy all this candy. Keep the candy, then I eat all the candy.
The towns put some sort of stipulations on it now, where like, you can't be doing it past this time. We do it in this area, or it's weird. They try to like create this whole event, right? Like, which is cool, but like they try to create it in this way where it's so many restrictions
it's
and
too planned and
man, like let me just go out, knock on a door, and take my chances. It's a pedophile giving me candy or not. Like I don't know what you want me to do. Like I want this chocolate, and you got the Snickers at his crib, and as long as he don't try to get me in there, I'm gonna come get this chocolate. Pause.
What's Mr. Herbert, whatever, Herbert pervert, and
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
That dude. He's so in love with Chris.
Literally, I felt like that guy. Pause. Not really felt like him, but on Halloween day, we're outside. Me and my sister, we're just out there fucking smoking cigarettes, and she's drinking wine and shit. And I'm trying to tell these kids like, we have candy. Come here, like. And I was like,
give us. I got some candy for you. We got some free candy.
Like you can just come and we'll put it in your bag and you can leave. That's all I'm trying to do.
Just open
here.
your bag from like 6 feet. I just want to play basketball, like backboard off the back
Jordan
of their forehead. Dude, hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. It was terrible. They should if they're gonna restrict it so much, they might as well have people be like, "Oh, are you going to participate in Halloween this year?" and take a head count. Because we had 9
like a
kids.
census.
We had like 9.
You think
kids
on the census they should just ask Halloween?
Are you celebrating this year? Yes or no?
Halloween? That.
This is a message
Question
from the
mark?
National Broadcasting Emergency System.
If you're gonna Halloween trick or treat, motherfucker, you call us up. Call this number right now. You're gonna win a free trip to the Dominican Republic with your family.
Yeah, you're not supposed to call when people tell you that.
Yeah, don't do that. Like those signs on the side of the expressway that say "We buy homes" or like, yo, dude, why would I call you? You're like gonna try to sex traffic me.
Or like make money selling other people's houses. Like, yeah, no, that's
They're like,
that's
no
not
shit,
true.
you're not selling anything that you're able to sell. Like, dude, there's been stories of that. People have bought things that from people that weren't theirs to sell, and now they're out their money, and the people are gone with that cash.
Scamming.
Yo, scammers are fucked up, but like,
Real man, I didn't get on that scam train early.
yeah, dude, like, I mean, like, it's you got to remember that this prince in Africa doesn't need your money. He's a prince.
Yeah.
If he needed your money, he wouldn't be a prince, and he probably wouldn't be able to email you either. Like,
Right.
like
Yeah,
email
this
is
guy
a
has computer
privilege
and Wi-Fi connection.
A Wi-Fi that allows him to email the U.S. Dude, come on.
He has a Gmail. Like, he's heard of Google before.
Like, dude, you got to put two and two together. This guy's scamming you.
Yeah, what a
Dude, how can there's so many times a number calls it's like scam likely. You're like, how did they all get my number?
And why are so many people doing this for a living?
Yeah, dude, you're a different type of human being that can
Like,
allow
are you
yourself.
making money doing this? Because are people actually sending you money? Are they
Dude,
actually giving you their social security
Making
number?
cold calls might be the worst thing of all time in a job setting. Like,
Yeah.
I've had a job where I had to make like 150 calls a day, dude, and I would do the minimum. I would make like 60 calls a day. They'd be like, dude, you got to make more calls. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I've only,
I'm gonna go.
like,
not-
I'm
not
gonna,
doing
what's that meme? Like, I'm finna go now. Like,
That SpongeBob one.
yeah, like,
It's like, all right, I'm out.
dude, making cold calling is probably the worst fucking job. Like, and then like when somebody answers, you're so angry. You're like, fuck. Like,
Like, damn it, you answered the phone. Like,
Now
listen,
you-
I got to be honest. I didn't expect you to answer the phone. Can we try this again? And this time you just let it ring.
dude, I would like literally call and let it ring like 3 times and then hang up.
Do they keep track of the numbers you called?
Yeah, you can see you can only call so many times a day. You can't call you got to know the time zone, so you don't call before a time and but after a specific time. It's pretty fucked up, man.
I would
People can be
literally-
like, "Yo, did you ever hear?" No, motherfucker, stop calling my shit.
See-
Take my name. But if they didn't take their name off the list, you can keep calling.
I'd want to treat it. I would want to treat it like Homer's auto dialer and just start like 773-111-1111, 773-111-1112.
I'll just leave a message. I have a message like, "Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Where could he be?" Oh no, he said, "I might be out." But what? How did it go? He said, "I must be out because I'm." Man, I don't even remember the thing, and I don't want to give you guys too much fucked up anywhere. But either way,
What we've done.
yeah, that would be my outgoing message. Like, believe it or not, O isn't at home. Where could he be?
He was one of the original scammers. I must say, he was like, "Send $1 to."
Yo, George Costanza. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Homer.
Homer?
His auto
Oh yeah.
dialer.
Homer was a scammer for sure. He fell into
everybody
scams.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
wasn't intentional. It just kind of happened.
So I mean, you might be right in your thought, I'll take that as a box set to a desert island. However, okay, here's another stipulation. What if you couldn't bring DVDs? It all had to be VHS. So they would get fucked up. The tracking would get fucked up. You can't watch it that many times.
Wait, so you mean like I'd have to have seasons of shows on VHS?
Yes.
So does it have to be that era of show? Because not every show now is available on VHS.
Anything you pick is going to be VHS.
So you got to rewind manually?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
And you don't get the fast rewind. You got to rewind it in the box.
For those of you who don't know what rewinding a VHS is,
So they used to have this. They obviously you could rewind it in the actual the VHS
Player.
deck, the deck, as you will, right? Or they had this separate thing that you can pop it into, and it was a fast rewind, which was relatively fast, which meant not fast at all back in the day.
Means it was faster than using the regular
Right.
deck.
You press it down, it would rewind it. You'd be like, yeah, 25 minutes later. But you'd be like, cool, because the one in the fucking deck would take all day.
It almost made you not want to rent movies.
Yo, VHSs were probably the worst fucking
Like,
invention.
if I watched a movie that I owned on VHS, I could just fucking take it out when it's done and put it to the side. I don't have to worry about rewinding it right now. This is my movie. But if I go to Blockbuster and had to rent a VHS,
Oh, you got to bring that shit
and
back
you gotta bring
rewound.
it back rewound, yeah, or they charge you, right? Like
$2.
fucked up.
Yo, Blockbuster was a big ripoff.
It was. It cost so much. Like,
Dude,
I'd
you'd
rent
leave that place with a movie, some sort of candy, popcorn, and a pop, and then you'd leave with like $74. Like, you'd be like, I can't believe I just spent that much.
And like, if I ever got desperate and wanted to rent a video game, which costs more than $1.99 at
Oh, dude.
Redbox now, like,
And you literally got overnight. You'd be like, I gotta beat this shit tonight. There's no other fucking
like,
day.
it cost me $14 to rent this, and I have it until tomorrow at this time. You son of a bitch! I have things to do in the evening tomorrow, so I have to come back at 12.
You literally have to bring. Yeah, you have to either bring it in early or you get the day. You incur the late fee. But like, dude, you'd have to bring it home, and there was no. You'd get straight to business.
Yeah,
And you never beat those games.
no. And then you just wanted to play them more, and you were like, "Fuck!" I have to give another $14 for
When they got 2-day rental, we were so happy. 2-day rental was like, oh man, that's dope, which was really only like 18 hours because you got to remember you sleep, right? Like it really wasn't anything.
And sometimes you just didn't sleep. We had our nights where we played pretty deep into the
Hell
night.
yeah, because you only had so long with the game.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a different time.
Dude, such a different time. And then the funny thing is, like, as much as it costs to go rent a movie, you can go to the theater for like $5.50.
And now that is expensive as renting a movie.
Dude, hell yeah.
Costs you $17 a ticket. Like,
Can you imagine if you still rented movies?
it used to be a cheap date night.
What? Like the movies?
A movie.
Yeah, the movies you can get like two tickets, popcorn, and drinks for like $20.
You're like, shit, I only have $12, but that'll get us 2 tickets.
And you can take them somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, fucked up.
Yeah. They used to even have matinee. Do they still have a matinee?
There's still matinees, but I don't know. Like, I don't think every theater does matinee shows. But they're pretty cool. I mean, shit. I mean, it's a cheap thing, but you got to wake up early. You got to go to the show. I already hate going to the show. I don't fuck with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been in a while either.
Like, my work pants, usually the first thing to go is the button. Like,
That's the worst thing of all time when you lose a button.
be like, no!
I like these pants,
So
but
now
I'm not
you-
trying to go through the
so
effort
now
that I
you-
need to
you
get
gotta-
this back on.
You got to zip them up and put the belt on and shit. Like, I actually have 2 pairs of work pants that I do that literally, on any given day at work, I have no button to button the top button of my pants.
I mean, I won't lie and say I haven't had to live through that.
I've had a pretty fucked up thing. Like, so I worked at this law firm and I had khakis on, right? Dockers or what have you. And the button popped off. So the zipper, what happened? The top of the zipper also got like a little bit of like little straggled. So I can only zip it to a certain point, right? So
Why don't they put jean buttons on fucking khaki pants? Like, they have the worst buttons of all time.
yeah, dude, it's ridiculous.
It doesn't need to look like that. It's covered by the belt.
It should be a snap button.
Yeah.
You know. But so I remember I went to the gym, did all my thing, put the pants on, didn't realize it, but like my shit was wide open, right? Like I was on an elevator, walked on a floor.
Oh shit, my dick's out.
Right, like so I went to the bathroom, I looked down to go pull it out, and it was almost already out. And I was like, oh shit. So like since then I've developed this like nervous tick where I
You
check-
walking by people who are looking at you like, saw your dick hanging out.
and then some people are like, oh my god, it looks like Bigfoot's dick. Oh.
She said it smells like Bigfoot.
But it does. That's not what I was going to, motherfucker. Anyway,
smells like Bigfoot's dick.
really gets in the nose hairs.
Gotta be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Just like the Kiona and Kasson podcast, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've spoken enough about nothing.
Literally
So-
nothing, almost.
I think I wanted to do this, and I don't think I did earlier. But opposite shout out to Glenn.
Opposite shout out to Glenn.
Shout out to Dave. Happy birthday one more time.
Word up. Happy
We'll
birthday,
catch
brother.
you here very soon.
Indeed.
We'd like to thank all of you for tuning in to episode number 65 of
Thank
the
you
Kiona and
kindly.
Kasson
Thank you
podcast.
kindly.
Tell your friends,
Yit-Di-Dee!
have them subscribe.
Little throwback to that I say thank you kindly on a very regular basis.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
Pop, 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 sugar, pop, pop, pop.
Willy nilly.
Um,
No, that's said, but he says willy nilly too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace to John Witherspoon.
Indeed.
Would definitely be.
We love you. Thank you
comedy
very
legend.
much, man. We appreciate what you've left for us.
You know,
to
everybody
enjoy.
always said, everybody in their thing, they said like he's the most genuine person. You know,
Probably was, man. I wish.
imagine so.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed very dope.
word of the day today is job.
Stinky Pinky. Remember from what's that fucking Kevin Hart movie? Soul Plane.
Oh yeah. I actually just watched that the other day.
Such a fun. It's actually a pretty funny movie, man.
Funny, yeah.
Yeah, gotta give it to him.
So hopefully we catch you all back here on episode 66.
Pick up sticks.
We're looking for all of you to return and to bring a friend.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Tell your friends.
but you got to watch it
get
on
with
separate
my-
devices.
My
Streams
friends.
up. What?
And we could be friends.
We will catch y'all on some other time.
And if not, the time after that.
Yeah.
Peace out, y'all.